Hey guys, welcome back to Being Random, and I'm Aslesh,
I'm Aditya.
and this is also Aditya. So we've done, I think this is the third episode back to back with Aditya as our guest,
He's
a different Aditya, and
give the full name.
his name is, I'm
Guru.
gonna butcher this,
Guru.
Guru
Venkata
Venkata
Sai.
Sai Aditya, and he's my closest friend, and he's also like a brother to me, and he just finished his MD from Philippines, and he's here because Philippines kicked him out of the country.
I'm gonna repeat this so many times in this video.
So he's here. So I wanted
Did
to.
they kick you out?
No.
Okay.
Yes, they did kick him out.
Oh dear God,
Okay.
no. Being kicked out means deported. That's different.
You are borderline deported. They just gave you a chance.
No, they didn't.
They
give me
said
a
go fix your visa and come back.
Oh, okay.
Clearly,
Oh,
they
okay,
didn't
that's
get
not-
it. No.
That's not the thing. That's not being kicked.
So
out.
yeah, I think we have been doing so many episodes with Aditya's.
Yeah, I think the last one was also with another
Yeah.
Aditya.
There are two Adityas.
Yes.
But well, Adityas are annoying and fun also at the same time. So
Yeah, you know.
Okay. that includes me, I guess. Okay.
Adi, so I want you to give an introduction of yourself because I know I've always gonna butcher it for you. But yeah,
Okay, so
A young aspiring doctor.
yes.
So,
He
that's
just finished his MD.
yeah. It's actually yeah. They call it MD in the Philippines, but here the MD is different. MD
It's
here
MBBS.
is yeah.
Okay.
So this is the
So-
question I asked. I said when he said MD, I said what's his specialization?
Yes,
Oh.
And
because
then he said no.
MD in India means like specialization.
Interesting.
In Philippines, it's MBBS.
Okay, now coming to the question, like genuinely, I've studied away from home for 6 years, 7 years
Mhm.
in an hostel, but you were always you did the proper Narayana Chaitanya, and then
yeah.
you decided over
Narayana Chaitanya, Hyderabad
yeah
or Nellore.
no,
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad,
Oh,
and
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
so he was my classmate from third grade till sixth, and then
Okay.
I went to an hostel and he went to Narayana.
Surprisingly, I was supposed to take him with me.
But
Yes.
it didn't work out. in
Either
your
either
favor.
I took him to the hostel or he took me to Narayana. I didn't want to go to Narayana, so, and he couldn't come to the hostel.
Yeah.
So both of us we went together at that time, like classmates. But then after I went for my Bangalore, I did my 11th, 12th in Bangalore. He decided to go to Philippines for his MD. And everything I think ever since I've known him, he's always said I want to be a doctor. I'm saying since third grade.
So clarity.
Yeah, that is one thing that I always appreciate about him is ever since we were like 10, right?
Yeah,
10, he's
10,
I don't think it's
9.
easy.
it's not at all easy. And
Not
you
an
know
easy
the
profession.
funny part, he said I want to be an orthopedic, not just a doctor, and he still sticks
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
I had this discussion with you. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used
Actually,
to
very
just say
interesting
I
fact.
will be a bone doctor, but as I grew up, I got the
You
word
got the-
orthopedic.
yeah,
Okay.
And remember my
Orthopedic surgeon.
handbrake story that I spoke
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
He was in the same school with me. So
Oh.
so the last episode I spoke about how I broke my hand. Remember fifth
Ah,
grade?
yeah,
I
swimming.
fell down. Yeah. No, they pushed me. Yes. They
Okay.
pushed me, and then I fell down with our other teacher on the stairs. Remember?
Yeah.
So all of these
You broke
things.
your hand many times. By
No,
the way.
I broke my hand once. Yeah, I broke my hand twice actually.
A lot of stories are coming now.
Yeah.
What were you doing with those hands? Okay, yeah.
What was I doing with these hands?
Where was a fracture?
Which hand?
So,
Main or away game?
the question that I was actually asking, see, for someone who's grown up in Hyderabad for their entire life, you decided to do your doctor course in Philippines. US, Canada, UK is fine. I think all of us are normalized to it. But Philippines
No, I think
is a,
even if you say the US going and doing your MBBS,
it's not
it's not easy.
easy, yeah, but the thing is it's very mainstream. That's my point, right? Going to the US is very mainstream. And Philippines
Mainstream.
and also Philippines, at least the island that he's on is a very small island. I think you will run the entire island. That's how tiny that island is.
Okay.
What is the circumference of the island?
I don't know
Okay.
that.
So he'll probably run it.
Let me just
That's
check.
the whole
Let me
point.
check it up real quick.
You can check it. So my whole point being it's very isolated, and going abroad for your MD.
He must be probably few of the best looking men on the island.
Oh.
Filipino.
Uh-huh.
Filipino.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Filipinos love brown guys.
How does he know this?
He's told me this.
Oh,
He asked me, do I have a chance there? Can I survive there? Will I have any action?
but still, how did you know?
ఇవన్నీ ఒట్టిగా చెప్పడానికి ఇరికిడానికి వాడి దగ్గర డైవర్ట్ చేయడానికి ఇవన్నీ.
Understood.
But yeah. So yes, I
Oh
want
yeah, actually, this is something which I didn't actually think about. Why did you choose
Philippines.
Philippines?
Yeah, that's exactly my question.
Okay. So first, to get
I'll check. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
So I had a question. I mean, before you answer that,
Yeah.
even to go and study there, you had to write an exam here.
Oh no. See, after your
In India, it's neat, right?
yeah, it's neat. So
Okay.
once you write your NEET and you get your scores, there's different cutoffs.
Okay.
For different people, there's different cutoffs actually.
What is different people?
For okay, I should put it
Do
better.
you mean
It's like
differently abled or
no.
caste?
Caste.
Reservations.
Oh, there is.
There is huge caste difference.
What?
Like because
I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm Brahmin, the OC. Can I put this inside?
That's okay.
Yeah. So because I'm an OC,
How is your island spelled?
this type Davao City circumference.
DA.
VAO.
Hmm.
So because of that, since I'm an OC cast, I need to score at least 500 out of 720. If I which is
Crazy. You were telling me 300 is like
yeah, no, that is actually for FMG.
FMG.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is pre-med exam. So for that, out of 720, we need to score around at least 500 if we want to get a not a seat that it's not gonna hurt my wallet, rip it apart, and take all the savings out. So if I want to have a proper college life without burdening our parents with
So this is basically like scholarship.
yes, almost.
Oh.
But if you're from an ST caste, you just need to score 160, 180 out of 720 for the same effect, and that actually is very hard.
So that means they're not producing good doctors. Can I say that?
Yeah, I mean, see,
Is that the right way to put
it? Moving on to political.
No, I'm just asking. I don't know.
no, it's not like
I'm
that.
really not getting into the political
No.
part of it. I'm just wondering. I mean,
Actually,
how can you say that someone who got 500 is fucked up and a person who got 100 is good?
See,
Forget the caste part.
Aditya, that's the whole
That's what I was
thing.
trying to
That's
know.
the whole thing with the entire education system, even JEE, even this. Recently, JEEs, they had a scam that happened. People scored marks that is on paper not possible, and I think 8 or 9 people did that. And JEE is a very big thing, and the reason is because one of the centers
Leaked the
they
paper.
leaked the paper, and something like that happened, and now people, because JEE again, one mark is a difference between even your name, your letter, let's say starts with Aditya and Aslesh, that makes a difference as well, even if both of us score the same.
yeah, if you get a same
Alphabetical
score,
order matters.
So if there's an A after an A, that person gets it. And
Yes. So that is the entire
Oh,
system.
I didn't know.
So-
So bad.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
glad I just studied engineering. Okay, anyways.
Oh, do you know he's an engineer? He's an
Yeah.
electrical engineer. He did my degree.
yeah, yeah. You told me. Yeah.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
of us have done the same degree.
Yeah.
Basically. And look at us. Look at us.
No, you're doing good. So
Yeah,
to
doing
answer
good
the
there.
question, I can't say that this exam actually determines or predetermines whether a person will become a good doctor or not, because the subjects for NEET are
Generic?
not exclusive on medical topics.
Okay, then
There's
fine.
chemistry,
Okay.
there's mathematics,
Okay.
physics.
It's like
So
Aditya.
I'm not. See,
No,
I'm
no.
not worried that okay, there's a reservation or anything. My point is, where is 100 and where is 500?
yeah,
Definitely, someone who got 500 should deserve it, irrespective of what caste.
So your
Yeah.
whole point was you went to Philippines for that.
Yeah, because I could not match the cutoff for my class, and I had to,
Oh, that's the reason you went to Philippines.
yeah, because I could not get high enough marks so that I can, make it like, okay, I can't financially unburden
Understood,
my
understood.
parents. So, because of that, we had to choose an option which, is applicable and realistic. So for that, we chose Philippines because it had a good
And also
program.
the university event, ఎట్లా తెలుసా, గుంపులో ఇట్లా చేపల మార్కెట్ నుంచి చేపలు ఎత్తుకెళ్తారు చూడు తెలుగులో, అట్లా తెలుగు వాళ్ళందరినీ ఎత్తుకెళ్ళి ఆడ పడేశారు. దిస్ హోల్ ఎంటైర్ యూనివర్సిటీ తెలుగు పీపుల్.
And North.
and North
Pune is actually majority. Pune and North is majority.
So మొత్తం
Telugu
Indians,
ఎక్కువ
their
కాదు.
entire university is filled with Indians. To a point where all their flight tickets are booked in full. The entire flight is the entire university.
Yeah, if you go through a
Wow.
consultancy, the
Yeah.
consultancy does that. Like if you go through
They book 3 or 4 flights, if I'm not wrong. All of them same
yeah,
consultancy.
that is if you go through a consultancy.
So if anyone wants details to go to the MBBS in Philippines, please contact Aditya. Just joking.
You know, he'll get other
But I'll
contacts.
charge.
He'll
I'll
get other
charge.
contacts.
No, that feel free. Please
yeah,
do
yeah,
charge.
please
do
do.
charge.
You make money, then we'll charge you.
Guys, you want
Why,
details?
why will you charge
We'll
me?
charge you.
If you
Why?
want details about this, please hit him up in the comment section.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
He will answer to your queries.
Definitely.
But what was the culture shock in Philippines for you? Something
okay.
that genuine, because every country has its own culture shocks.
I don't think Philippines is nice.
Okay. Okay.
Have you
see,
been to Philippines? Really?
I
Avuna.
think so.
I think so.
Bullshit.
How did you travel there without knowing?
Ellakonda. He
I've been to
goes to
Indonesia.
Bangkok a lot.
I've been to Indonesia.
He goes to Bangkok.
Thailand.
A lot. Thailand.
I've been going to Thailand from when I was a kid, not for that, because my mom loves shopping.
Oh yeah,
God.
really.
Hmm.
Sure.
Get your brains out of the gutter, guys. Evolve.
We never entered the gutter. You were the one shopping there.
You own it, Aditya. You own the gutter.
I'm very clean. man.
Exclusive entry.
Exclusive entry.
but-
Okay.
But
moving on.
yeah, Philippines. What was the culture shock for you?
Many. First, if you go categorize it, we first food wise, they don't eat spice. Dear God, I can't stress this enough.
They don't eat spice. Huh?
They don't eat spice. They're like, it's like something in them is
And also you're
allergic.
vegetarian, right?
Yes. So and majority of them eat seafood and chicken. Mutton is rare. Pork is majority.
Majority.
And the thing is, they all cook it all in like sweet sauces. Everything is almost sweet. So, but regardless of
Oh,
that,
lechon.
yeah, lechon, yeah.
No wonder I have so much familiarity
what the
with
fuck is lechon?
Philippines.
Lechon is like a whole roasted
Whole
pig.
roasted pig, and they keep coating it with sugar glaze.
Yeah,
It gives that
dear
brown,
God.
crispy outer layer. Just thinking about it. Okay, let's moving on. Okay, come on.
I think you're a nutritionist. Just
It's
reminding
meat.
you.
It's still meat.
Just reminding you.
You're concerned an awful lot about meat.
Yes, meat.
So, yeah, that
I
they.
know what meat you're referring to. Okay.
Yeah. Finally. So,
The amount of people who have been saying, what kind of content do you guys make, man? Half the time. Okay.
so they predominantly eat sweet foods. Okay, so yeah, sorry. So their main like curries and they are sweet. Their desserts are in numerous numbers. Okay, so they have like 50, 60 kinds of desserts that I've seen personally.
Yeah.
And the snacks that that they enjoy is like they take a grill out on the like right on the road, like on the side of the road. They take a grill. They put a banana. They
Fried
put
plantains.
yeah no
Sugar coat and they'll grill it.
yeah, they just put some honey, sugar coatings, and all that. Grill it, then take some, like tortilla wraps, put it again sugar wrap, syrup and everything. Again grill it, and
Hey, more business for you, yeah.
why?
They'll get all diseases.
Probably. Actually, you'll do much better because of all the sugar. Many people, the men especially, get fat around their mid 20s, early 30s ish.
But do you think the crowd is willing to spend towards the health there, or they just look at medicine like when you fall sick, or they look towards that?
No, actually, they have a good insurance system.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, if you have an insurance, most of it is covered. Almost all of it is covered.
But then I'll have to be in the system. I can't freelance, right?
Yeah, that and if you're senior citizen,
నీకు ఇక్కడ
then
ఉన్న
it's free.
క్లయింట్స్ చాలు అక్కడ మళ్ళీ ఫిలిప్పీన్స్ వాళ్ళు కావాలి నీకు ఇప్పుడు
No,
మరి
it's just a general discussion to understand. What if at some point I want to shift to Philippines?
he'll set up a business for you in Philippines దండేసి పిలుస్తాను నిన్ను
Sure,
No,
sure.
no.
First నీకు
Let-
సెటప్
let-
చేశాను
ఆ, నా బిజినెస్ అక్కడ ఉంది నన్ను ఇంకో బిజినెస్ చేస్తాడు అమ్మా
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, so that is one. Other one is see, I come to South, right? I'm from Hyderabad, so that and I come from a pretty traditional family, I guess. But the thing is, they're more open, they're more westernized. Philippines is actually heavily influenced by America. Their educational systems, how classes are conducted, their the mode of promoting classes or whatever it is, they're all influenced heavily by America, so they're fully westernized. So that's why it's how it's harder to just be wear short clothes in India without escaping judgment, right?
Yeah.
So because now it's getting actually normalized a
Sure.
bit, but yeah, it's normalized.
I think
but
short clothes is the least of your worries in India.
no, I'm
right
just yeah. Right now, yeah, obviously, like, but there, the people just come out and like women just come out in just a single towel around them, and they're like out buying groceries or buying stuff, and I'm like,
When I
what
was
is
in
happening here?
Vietnam, it was so hot and humid
Yeah,
that they were shopkeepers who were women. They're just topless sweeping the roads,
yeah.
cleaning their entire shop.
Yeah, so such that was a little bit of culture shock, but that could have been personal to me because of the area I'm living in or the experience I've had so far.
Now you're used to it. Right?
Yeah, obviously, I've been there 5 years
Happy or
now.
no?
How what like what do you
His
want me to
eyes are
say
well
to that?
rested.
Sorry?
His eyes are well rested.
Well rested.
అందుకే
Oh.
సర్జరీ చేయించుకున్నావు. He also had specs.
Oh, he got
Really?
LASIK.
He got LASIK done.
Smile.
Smile done, yeah.
Oh, it's not LASIK. LASIK is different.
LASIK and smile are similar. It's just a little small difference. LASIK, they
Wait, let the doctor explain.
Oh, no,
sadly.
no. Bro had it done also.
Yeah, he got it.
No. I
Not
got
like-
ICL done. I didn't
Okay,
get
okay,
What is
fine.
ICL then?
implanted contact lens.
Yahuda,
So they put a
idunaya.
contact lens inside my side was too high for LASIK to be done.
See, so for LASIK, they just burn off the one layer of the retina off.
Okay.
The smile, they cut a small hole in the in the eye, and they just throw a laser through that small hole to burn off just enough that is required for eyesight correction, instead
The
of taking off the
laser
whole
has
layer off.
three
What is
variations.
the disadvantage? I mean, if you get that.
What
LASIK
done?
or smile, the basic disadvantages concerning a laser are dry eyes. Major.
Oh, so
Major.
post-op you will feel it.
Yeah,
You'll have
I
chronic
have
dry
dry
Is
eyes.
it permanent?
Yeah,
It
it's
is
permanent.
permanent.
Oh.
That's the thing. You get good, like you get your vision back, but the thing is, dry eyes can be.
For the rest of your life?
Yeah, for the rest of your life, that thing will be there.
So redness is going to be all that.
Yeah,
all the
so
side effects.
that's why if you're going to get a LASIK or smile done, just advice for you guys or anyone watching, get it done at a proper place, even if it's a bit costly, because the strength of the laser, everything, machine
important.
maintenance, all of that matters.
So you might not see the effects now,
But after 5
going
years,
forward-
6 years,
Ah.
definitely. I already have quite a bit of dry eye, not a lot, but enough
It's
to
there.
know that
It's
okay,
there.
it's there. So I actually still carry eye drops with me, so that when I'm in AC, when I'm watching movies,
You put them.
I just blast two in.
So
and,
ICL is reversible, so I can get it removed also.
yeah, it's just like putting a
A
lens.
contact lens inside. So they make 3 insertions. They put a
I don't
lens
have
inside.
anything in my. Okay.
Hmm?
And
See,
You are one of the
you-
fortunate people who
Yeah.
doesn't have sight. Okay.
He has sight. He has no sight issues.
Sarle.
doctor. Okay.
Amma.
So okay, we get that. Okay, cultural shock.
Yeah.
Now I think we were talking earlier about if you studied in the Philippines, how is it going to be easy for you to come back to India and work? What are the constraints that people usually experience? People who study abroad, who finish their medicine abroad, to come back and work in India.
Yeah, okay. So there are many issues there because after you finish your MD in Philippines or any place, especially if you're abroad, I would recommend to take another country instead of India, because currently the situation in India is not good for foreign graduates. So what's happening is there have been many rule changes, many postponements of exams, and law being passed regarding these FMGs, as in once before, just until
FMG
foreign medical graduate.
Okay.
So till recently there were rules that if you're an FMG, you have to do 3 years internship in India after you done you graduate and come back. So you go home, go to India, you take some time off to prepare for your exam. After your exam's done, 3 more years, then again.
You do
Then
your MD.
no. Then again, MD is
Okay.
You write your MD entrance exam.
Okay.
Then again you wait for those results. Then you have to wait for posting. All
Then
of
you
that.
do your specialization.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Even after you write FMG, you have to wait for posting. Then you have to do your 1 year internship. It takes like 1.5 years. So it's very bad. So recently, they said if you're if you're studying from they singled out countries, like each country had a different rule. If you're from this country, these many years, this country, these many years. So many students from Philippines, revolted because there were many students who, obviously they won't agree with this, right?
Yeah.
Bullshit, because all of this is happening, and the Indian students are who studied in India are not getting such constraint. And the National Medical Council, the NMC, just said that it's because you guys studied in during the COVID time. That made even less sense because the Indian students were also doing this during the COVID time. They did not go to colleges. There were no classes. It's all online.
You studied during COVID. That I didn't make sense. I mean, I don't see the.
Yeah.
He did his he when he was in university, COVID happened. So
Okay.
you had to take classes online.
So they said that since you're
Everyone
not,
did, right?
yeah,
everyone
but that was the thing. Since we were FMGs, they were saying that we don't know that normally itself we can't trust your skills, and now you guys are online, so I don't know what you guys learned. So we said that the same thing applies to Indian students. What is the guarantee that the students studying in India did not
Indian
turn
brand.
Yeah,
Nationality.
మనకు
అంతే.
కనిపించాలి
ఇంకేం
బాగానే
లేదు.
బ్రాండ్.
That's what they're doing right
That's
now,
basically
yes.
what I do.
Yeah,
అది
exactly.
కాకుండా ఏం
Honestly, yeah.
లేదులే.
So they just they're like so we said that Indians also can do that because it's online. It doesn't matter where you are. If you turn off your Zoom or you turn off your camera, no one knows what the hell is happening, right? So
అట్లాంటి పనులు కూడా చేసావు మొత్తం మీద.
ఏరా నిద్రపోద్దా?
నిద్రపోతే చూడు. I gave one of his quizzes during COVID.
I don't think we should talk about
Did you?
I did.
Honestly, don't even remember.
I'll pull up the WhatsApp chats now.
No, pull it, dude. If you pull up, I don't mind. I don't know which one.
I know.
So he's half doctor.
No, I've only done one quiz. My mom really wanted me to become a doctor.
We are actually scheduled to go to med school together.
My mom really
So
wanted.
dad wanted you to become a CA. Mom wanted you to become a doctor.
So what did I do? I listened to none.
And you did engineering and electrical. What made you choose that? Now I'm wondering.
Oh, you don't know the story.
We didn't speak about that. We never spoke
So
about that.
I did my.
I thought you were guided towards that.
No, I'll tell you what it was. So during my 11th, 12th, I did it in Bangalore because I didn't want to do my 11th, 12th in Narayana Chaitanya like him. So my option was to go to Bangalore, and I went to Christ. Why? Because the Christ main campus is a really famous commerce college. Does that make sense? Commerce. So if you did your Christ in the residential 11th, 12th, it's easier to get a seat in the main campus.
You did your Christ.
Christ,
Your education.
the education in Christ.
Please be very clear.
I can't even use that as a clip.
I know, please be very clear.
But yeah, you just got lost in the conversation.
I'm listening word by word.
Sorry. So, Christ is the university.
Did your Christ.
Christ is the university.
Yeah.
There are two universities. One is the Commerce College and one is the 11th, 12th college. That's called a pre-university in Bangalore. So I did my PU in Christ, pre-university in Christ. So if you did it in Christ, 11th and 12th, you would get a seat in the Commerce College pretty easily because you've done your 11th, 12th.
Okay.
Because you're familiar to them.
Because
I get
you're
it.
familiar.
This is something like I did my diploma in Panimala, so I got a
Yeah.
seat easily in Satyavam
Yeah,
Engineering.
because basically branding, especially because our residential college was very strict with everything, discipline and everything. So
Okay.
Christ was happy to take.
I was also a very disciplined student. Yeah.
Sare,
Okay.
నువ్వు చేసిన discipline లో తెలుసులే.
You are disciplined.
Yeah, I'm very disciplined. నీ స్టార్ట్ చేశాను అనుకో, no, if I start his stories ఇంకంతే book అయిపోతాడు.
We'll just self-destruct each other. That's fine.
So my dad wanted me to do CA. So till I wrote my exam and they give you the form saying you want to do PCMB, which is physics, chemistry, math and biology. That is one science stream. Then you have PCME, which is physics, chemistry, math, electronics. And then you have two commerce.
Wow.
So you have to pick. So I wrote, I filled, they said they'll give you the seat. Which stream do you want? And I wanted to take science. My dad wanted me to take commerce. But I took a week and then I still picked science. And I hate biology. I genuinely hate biology. Because I can't remember those words and stuff like
I
that.
love biology.
Yeah.
My parents didn't make me a doctor. I would have been a wonderful doctor.
చేస్తున్నాను ఇప్పుడు. So then I took PCME because we don't have only MPC on Tamadikada. We said MPC. We don't have MPC. We have to take an additional subject. So they gave us electronics. So I had electronics in my 11th and 12th. So almost first year of engineering, electronic subjects that we had, I finished that, and even third semester electronics is also there in that course. So I already finished it, and I topped my class in electronics, just electronics, by the end of the 12th. So I thought I was good at it, and I'm like, I did genuinely enjoy electronics at that time because my lecturer in Christ was really nice. He used to give me shit saying you will not score good marks, but still I use it as fuel, like a psychopath raga.
I think I know why I went into electrical electronics.
Why?
Wanted to play with motors. It sounds stupid.
Play with motors.
I mean, at one
You
point
know
I
what
was
motorboating
You
is?
know, he went into electronics because
fascinated. I said play with motors. I didn't say motorboat.
I just asked, do you know what motorboating is?
I know he went into electronics because some circuit in his brain is fried and he wanted to figure it out. Simple.
Could be.
We take it as a compliment. You need to be a little fucked up in the head.
Yeah, that I'll agree.
See?
Damn.
He's like, what are these two people?
You can't. I think it's when we say perception, right? Sometimes we can't accept the other person's
Perception or perspective.
Yeah, it takes a lot. Sorry, perspective. It was the right word. It takes a lot out of us to even try to understand where they're coming from. So the point is, you should just be open. His choice is his. That's how I see things most of the time now.
Like, it simplifies things.
Very easy that way.
That's what
You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Somebody is doing something else. That's his
There's
personal
no right
choice.
and wrong for
There's no right
anyone.
and- There is no right and wrong.
You do whatever.
You even killing somebody. Okay, sorry I said this on the podcast, but still, I'm saying genuinely, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's very personal.
Yeah. It always will be.
ఇప్పుడు ఫిలిపీన్స్కి వెళ్ళి మర్డర్ చేయొద్దు అక్కడ ఒక అయితే చెప్పాడు నాకు
I am not responsible for any of this. Now I'll have to give a disclaimer.
I have not endorsed or encouraged
Yeah,
anyone
exactly. Okay, we don't do that here. Anyways,
హియరా అంటే ఎక్కడ చేసావు
on the podcast, that's what I meant to say.
to. Out the podcast, okay?
Ayyo, that's not what I meant. Okay,
Clarity, buddy.
anyways, we're going off topic. Okay. So yeah, you were saying regarding coming back
Can
to
you pass
India
me a
and
ginger
working and the education.
Can you pass
Oh,
me
yeah,
the
so-
opener? Or can you open it for me?
So many questions. Okay.
క్వశ్చన్స్ కాదు ఇట్స్ బేసిక్లీ
Request.
రిక్వెస్ట్ కూడా కాదు చెయ్యి అని చెప్పా అంతే
Okay.
థ్యాంక్ యూ
Okay. Moving on.
Okay, yeah. So first was the internship issue, which kept on fluctuating. Now it has gone back to 1 year. So once you do your graduation in Philippines, you come back to India, you write your FMG. After that, you again wait for some time for posting, a couple months or so. Then
So
again,
it's a very, very, very long and tedious process. I
process.
was always under the assumption that for Indians who have to go and study abroad, it was a long process. And I always felt it was not justified.
No.
This is how I saw it. But now, I mean, that's what I say, it's perspective, right?
Yes.
So now, since you're in that field, probably you know more
Yeah,
than we all do on a general note.
Yeah, it was very rough. Also because after you pass your FMG, you do the internship, right? So the problem starts there also. First, you're not given as many patients, at least from few people that I've heard, that it's hard to be trusted with people. You have someone hovering over you to make sure you're doing things right. So that
Don't
is-
we have that in India also?
no, you have. That's what in India I'm saying, that people will be watching you to make sure you're not how should I say, you're being like a parental supervised,
Oh, okay.
like helicopter parent supervision.
But
Even if you're filling out some just the
Oh, okay,
information
in that way.
forms or something,
Okay.
anything, they just make sure
I
that,
was
okay.
thinking with regards to surgery or something.
Oh no, that
That
obviously,
obviously
yeah,
you
that
will be
obviously
supervised.
has to be.
Okay.
So that will always but surgery, actual proper ones, begin in residency after your internship. So that's in the MD degree in India.
You have a nutrition as a subject, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is.
How long was your subject?
No, we didn't have it exclusively as nutrition.
See,
and-
it's very generically introduced.
yeah.
And if you go back to the older version,
Curriculum.
older curriculum, there was more emphasis to it.
I was gonna ask because
Nowadays,
let's say,
there is no emphasis. What's
Yeah.
happening is they have very, they have actually segregated.
the entire
And
degree.
no. Only it's very general. I feel it's very general.
Yes, yes.
And only when you specialize,
Will
that's
you
when
delve
you are
into
only
it?
in that path.
So the degree that you did a diploma or a degree for
You're
your
talking about
nutritionist.
nutrition? No, I
You
did
did
not.
a certification.
I do this certificate.
Certification. So you don't have like a qualification
I plan to do a diploma.
or diploma. Again, that's different. How much stuff you will do,
Diploma
dude?
is just for the degree.
Just
I'm
for
not.
the sake of it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it for. I don't think I'll get anything out of it. But it's just for namesake, just to have that degree. So I'm doing a lot of degrees. So anyways, yeah, we'll
He's
take
doing
it.
his run coach certification. Yeah.
Yeah,
Forget this shit, asle.
No, I mean, what I try to do. You need to take the call, please. So what I try to do is I try to experience everything. I try to do my work first, and then if I see a lot of uh, positive energy in that route, then I do my certification or then I do my degree. So even when I started out uh, being a diet and nutrition coach, I did a basic certification first. Then I started practicing. Then eventually I did an advanced certification with NAS.
I have a question for both of you. Generally, when someone does come up with some chronic health issue, let's take diabetes for a very
And the
simple
question
example.
goes to him.
For both of you guys,
Ah, okay.
the reason I'm asking both of you is because, see, the moment let's say I have diabetes and I come to either you, your approach is different, food and exertion, and then you try
No,
to figure it
but
out.
when I talk to my client, I always tell them one thing first.
Consult
I
a
tell them,
doctor.
have you consulted a doctor? That's my
Yes.
first question. So once they tell me, yes, I have consulted a doctor, I'm taking my medication, my sugar levels are within control,
Yeah.
then I say, okay, now let's work on what you're eating and how you're living your life. Let's change that.
Okay. Now, when you just go to a doctor, they put you on stuff and then you're just fine.
No, doctors do tell you. See, you have to understand one thing. See, this is, I think we have spoken about this a lot. So
I want to speak about again in front of a doctor.
So when you, yeah, probably he can give us his take.
Exactly.
So when you go to a doctor, my usual perception is that the doctor will tell you, okay, don't eat this, don't eat that, you should change your lifestyle, this is what you do. And that's how it has been. That's how old school doctors were for me.
Yeah.
As we are progressing through generations, I think
Modern.
it's dying down. And I've come to notice that nowadays when I meet, is it the right word? I don't know, new doctors.
Yeah. Okay.
I've noticed that they don't give much emphasis on that. They just go to the root cause. It's more commercial. I feel it's more commercial.
Yes.
I won't say it's wrong,
Yes.
but even I think it comes from a place that people also have stopped asking. People don't ask,
Questions
is there
anymore.
something I can do without taking medication? The first thing the person who walks in says, doctor, I'm not feeling well. I want to be better by tomorrow. Give me an injection.
Yeah.
Why are you telling the doctor what to do?
Yeah, that happens.
And there's a conflict. Sometimes there's a conflict between patient and doctor with this regard. The doctor will say, no, I don't think you need. And then he'll say, no, you don't know. He'll go to a different hospital. So people don't want to lose business. They're like, why do I give a shit? As long as he's cured at that moment. So that happens. So it's also a bad experience for the doctor. And likewise, sometimes it's a bad experience for the patient. So now it's just commercial. It's like, these, you have back-end teleoperators, or what do you call them? Call centers.
Okay.
So they give you a script, right?
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like that. You go, you meet a doctor, the doctor sees, he says, okay, have this.
You got a flow chart.
It's a certain format. Yeah, it's a certain
Yeah.
format. I feel it's become like that with doctors also.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, for my dad's thing, when I went to consult, he's a very renowned person as a physician cardiologist, and he's also a very old person, and he's a friend's father. So when I consult him, the way he speaks, the way he talks about it is a totally different game. I mean, no one I've seen in recent years or who's passed out recently gives so much emphasis and says, no, don't do this. See, that's what I'm saying. That personal touch has gone.
Yeah.
Because even the volume of people have increased. If a doctor is sitting in a commercial hospital, he's seeing 200 patients a day, where will he have the patience to sit and explain to everybody? It goes like that. They don't even have time to eat, man. It's so bad.
Yeah.
You do 30-hour shifts, right?
Yeah, we had that. Yeah.
You have to.
Jesus.
They grind you out.
Yeah.
I feel they make sure that you are prepared for every freaking scenario.
Yeah, and the worst part, or at least the worst part about it is not just the the long hours. You have to make sure that you're efficient while you're drained.
It's
You
like working under
Yeah,
pressure.
everyone can run, not run. I mean, run around the hospital or do rounds or whatever when they're full of energy. You have to make sure you find your rhythm or find your way where you're sleep deprived, because like even though it's a 30-hour shifts, we are allowed to rest, but as soon as a patient comes, we are expected to be with the patient
So you have to get up
immediately.
and so you have to be
Exactly.
present at that.
Exactly. So volume of the phone notifications on full burst, and as soon as they call, you have to run, and oftentimes you don't even sleep well. You'll be drowsy, you'll be irritated.
So your shifts are like emergency room. You have that kind of shifts.
Yeah, we are
Different
divided.
departments.
Yeah, in emergency rooms, like if you have duty, we call it duty ward previous. So duty means anyone in the emergency room and admissions are mine to take.
Oh, okay.
So if it's an outpatient, then someone else
has it.
And if it's a previous means, whoever was in the 30-hour shift, 24-hour shift, they get to go to rest. So sometimes that also gets butt in. I had once a 24-hour shift, but that got, because of the patients, and then we had a presentation, because after every patient is admitted, the next day we have to endorse it to our seniors that this patient came with this, we gave this, that, this was how his body responded to it, this is how we plan on moving forward because his body responded so and so. So we have to endorse it to our seniors so that they tell us, okay, if we are screwing up anywhere, they teach us. If they have a better approach, they teach us. It's a push and pull of information from there on.
So coffee is your best friend.
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually don't drink coffee until I came to Philippines. I hated
Coffee is
coffee.
good, no?
Yeah, no, actually.
It is in the coffee belt.
It is in the coffee.
It
belt.
is in
Yeah.
the coffee belt. So I remember he called me up. He's like, Ashu, I want to have coffee. How do I have it? I said, so you know how I am with coffee,
Oh,
right?
this is the part that you told me earlier, no? Him being cute.
Huh? Cuta.
Yeah, go on.
Cuta. No, he calls me by that.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
like
okay,
That's my pet name for it. It's a family
it's
name.
my family. Only him and my mom and dad
Oh.
use it. No one else uses it.
For everyone
I
out
don't
there.
like. Oh yeah. I'm not used to it. The moment anyone uses it, I'm like, "Huh, Mom, you called me. I go into this.
It sounds right.
So, but yeah, I remember he called me. He's like, dude, how do I have coffee? And then 2 weeks later, he's just eating coffee, instant coffee.
That's how
Yeah,
it's done.
we had one time, when I was just studying and we had to do PPT, and I'm like just taking some coffee grounds, putting in my mouth, and just going on it like toffee.
So you have a lot of, I mean, you study with a lot of people, right? So this is a very general question I had. I've noticed that doctors smoke a lot more than
I was
regular
going to ask the
people.
exact same thing.
They
A
smoke.
lot more than
They
regular people.
smoke a lot. They drink.
Why is
Like
that?
the most population of doctors, they smoke or they drink, because
Why is that? And please don't tell me it's stress.
it is
But, but being a doctor, didn't you know that cigarettes stress you out? Alcohol stress you out even?
See, that comes after you deal with the patient. While you are with the patient, you need to be free and decompressed. This
So-
all
doesn't
of
mean
these.
you drink and you deal with the patient.
No.
not about drinking.
See,
Smoking at least.
Okay.
De-stressing. I'm talking about the
But
de-stressing
I
part.
had a question. So are you telling me the nicotine kick is equal to a coffee? But aren't you drinking coffee already? How does it help you? Because even too much of caffeine, you get more receptors and you crash.
Yeah, no, you crash, but nicotine also you crash.
It's
But
the same thing, right?
yeah, it's the same thing.
But how does it help? That's my point. Or is
It
it
also gives you sort of like a high. It helps you, get your
So it's just a
serotonin.
crutch.
Yeah, it's a clutch. It's a crutch. So what happens is, obviously, as Aslish mentioned, we don't drink or smoke and then interact with patients.
You.
Okay, shit, man. I meant the general population of doctors.
General population of doctors.
I don't think so. Continue.
Okay.
Arjunella ತಯಾರಾಯ್ತವ್ರ
No,
ಕೂಡ.
I don't think anyone drinks and
No,
oh,
because-
that's a big
dude,
crime,
because
man.
It
You
is a
can't-
crime, yes.
One thing I respect, absolutely mad respect for Philippines, is they follow rules to a T. You
అందుకే ఇట్లున్నావు
Yeah.
లేకపోతే బుక్ అయిపోయాడు ఈ
even
పాటి.
even in India, it's the same.
Yeah, like no, like so
They
bad
don't even
that
enter the ward if they're drunk. They don't.
yeah,
They're very
you
careful.
can't, you
If you
can't,
get caught, you're done. There's no reasoning.
nothing.
There's no reasoning. You're
Medical
done.
license
You're gone.
revoked, everything
You're
revoked,
gone.
medical
What you
lawsuits.
studied 5 years, nothing.
5 years,
Your
10 years, 10, 15 years.
initial 5 years gone. Nothing.
Yeah, it's gone. So yeah, what I mean
జాగ్రత్తగా
is
ఉండు.
నువ్వే వచ్చి పోయి అయితే
నేను ఫిలిపీన్స్ కి ఎందుకు వస్తారా?
మరి ఎందుకు బాధపడుతున్నావు?
ఏమో నువ్వు చేసే పనులకి మాకు భయము.
నువ్వే చెప్పాలి నాతో, నువ్వునైనా మాట్లాడుకోవాలి భయపడడం గురించి.
మరి భయపడాలి కదా. సి మేము వి డోంట్ డ్రింక్, యూ డ్రింక్.
Okay, I don't drink would be a very bad thing to say, but very occasionally.
I don't.
Which Aditya? Okay.
No,
Both of us. He was mentioning both
okay,
of us.
okay,
We
okay.
don't drink bolke.
we don't drink.
Yeah,
It's been a while,
Yeah, we also. Me too.
but
He picks
occasionally
his
we do.
moments. I don't drink at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, as I was saying, it's all about de-stressing. Like one time when we were going to a medical mission, right before that, we had a family medicine medical mission. The doctor was saying that he was smoking and everything, and he's like, he looked at us and looked at the cigarette, and I think he sort of understood what we were thinking. So he said the same thing. He was like, "Don't worry. This, I think every doctor either smokes or drinks because we have to de-stress because we deal with life, death. It's
I think the psychological aspect is a lot.
Very high.
Also, but see,
And I know you have a psych eval and you have a doctor on call to talk to the patients who are traumatized. I mean, people who are going for like major surgeries,
Yeah.
right? You have all of that also, right?
yeah.
Because
Usually,
some people are terminally ill and
usually the doctor on call tries to judge the patient if he needs a professional help or if
okay.
just talking to him, getting him know that this is the process, this is what will happen.
Have you seen anything like that in your?
Anything as in getting a professional person to calm a person?
No. Yeah, exactly. Have
Okay.
you come across a situation where you couldn't handle it with a patient and it was like off and definitely he needed?
No, I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately, but no,
No, okay.
because
that actually reminds me of another question.
yeah.
How was your first experience with death in a hospital?
It was
It's
awful.
a very deep question because you've just transitioned from studying about medicine
Yeah.
to going into the actual thing, right? And being an engineer, it's fine. It's machines you deal with, it's secondary. But being a doctor,
Machines also die, yeah.
yeah. But see, Aditya, Aditya. So the thing is,
You're not attached to your bike?
I see.
No, it's a machine.
Okay.
What? It's a machine.
I mean, where is it?
Where is he attached from it?
I mean, like, no, I don't know.
Whatever you say now,
Will be used against you.
It's a
And
code of
me
law.
also.
It's a code of law.
See, I do believe that machines do
Yeah.
have a soul. That is a different
People are
thing.
very
for me.
attached.
I'm attached with my bike
Exactly.
and my
That's
car.
why I mentioned
Yeah,
specifically.
no, but I'm trying to say dealing with human loss, especially when
It's
you
different.
are responsible and people are looking at you saying, "Please save my husband or son." Or
I
daughter."
don't. Are you guys put under that pressure?
Yeah, I've actually been in that scenario many
So
times.
that's exactly how
I've
was
actually
your
had a
first time?
conversation about him with that.
I
yeah.
know the recent one,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
how was your first time? Especially, I think you probably experienced it when you're a student, right?
Yeah, it was when I was a student, when I was a clerk in my 4th year, and it was rough. I actually had like a group mate with me who is currently doing internship with me called Gopi. Very good guy, reliable. So what happened was, we were called to the patient's bed and we were asked to do CPR. So they just yelled over the mic, code blue, code blue.
Code blue.
So
Okay, yeah. Code
we
blue
run.
is
We just run. If you hear code blue, the number of the room, you run.
just
to
run.
it. You
Crash
run to
cart,
it.
everything.
Yeah. You run, you start everything, you start the chest compressions, and all of that is happening. But unfortunately, you have to alternate. So every 30 seconds, you alternate with another person.
Oh.
What's the
to do
song you
chest.
play in your head? Or the
Nothing.
chest- No, you chest compressions. You have to have a rhythm, right?
No.
No,
There is a
there's
beat, right?
There's
no
no
song.
sound or song for it. It's just like 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like half a second, beat.
Yeah. So okay. just very.
I think it becomes muscle memory for them.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
way that
it's full memory
I've
at this
seen
point,
how
yeah.
they teach CPR for general people also. You can be certified, right? to
Yeah,
use
yeah,
CPR.
I'm actually,
The
yeah.
way that they do it
I'm
is
getting my CPR certification also.
really.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times they
I'm
train
actu-
you with a song they play a song, they ask you to match the rhythm. So there's some songs
There's some
that-
wrong. He's
Some
slipping
wrongs.
up. No
Ah.
slipping.
What are you having?
Huh? Ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
What is in that?
నువ్వేం కలిపేవారు ginger ale లో?
Okay.
Ginger ale తాగలేదే.
So um, there is a rhythm and a beat that a lot of times they train you with a song so that you match
Have you
the
done a
rhythm.
certification with the
I
song?
have never done it, but I've seen.
Then let's
people do
not
it.
believe it.
Oh yeah, but
I can pull it up and show it.
Dude,
to you, but okay.
for
Fine,
the-
continue.
I don't
Okay,
think
okay.
they use a song.
no. For the reference, I am BLS certified, basic life support. So no song.
Okay.
We just with the
Fine, doctor.
We'll take a doctor's word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
no, yeah, okay. So we just want to. We actually have a dummy that has.
Yeah, you wipe its mouth with that.
Yeah, that and coming.
We had to do that.
Oh yeah. The second
That
thing
is-
I love about Philippines a lot is at least in Davao, I am studying in DMSF. They have good technology. If we have much more exposure to it, we had decent exposure. If we have much more exposure to it, I think it would have been
Anyone
such
who
a
has
beast of
taken a
college.
CPR class has heard that "Staying Alive" is the perfect song to hit the 100 to 120 beats per minute required for the ideal chest compressions.
Dude, I'm pretty sure when a person is dying in
Staying
front
alive.
of you, you can't be like
Staying alive.
staying alive, staying alive. You can't.
But think about it, that song in the rhythm matches.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if
He's
you're
being-
talking about
he's
yourself
being-
or the patient on the
He's
bed.
being very insensitive today.
He is sensitive.
What did he say?
Nothing.
అంత భయం ఎందుకురా?
భయమేంట బొక్క
Then
అరే
is he sensitive?
ఎన్నారు ఎవరు సెన్సిటివ్ అన్నా
Yeah, true.
I know when he's sensitive. Nah, he'll not talk about that now on
I
the
don't
mic.
know why you know. I'm worried that you know. I don't even care why you know. I'm just worried that you know.
Okay, this is going very off topic. Okay, yeah, back to you doing CPR to the patient.
Yeah, so I was doing CPR again. I tried it with my friend, and he was doing. And unfortunately, when it was my turn, when I was doing, so the thing about CPR is that you know how the patient is chest is hooked to the ECG machine, which shows you the ups and
Yeah.
downs. So that as long as you're doing CPR, that will actually show that
He's alive.
yeah, because ECG will keep going because I'm manually
You're pumping.
pushing the heart, and that heart is pumping because of my pressure. So since the blood is flowing, the ECG picks up on all of that and it gives a wave, right? So as long as you're doing your chest compressions, you have a wave. But unfortunately, in CPR there is a thing where once the patient is unable to, doesn't have a single beat on his own, like it doesn't have a wave on the ECG. Sorry, no, yeah. So and you're just doing chest compressions continuously, like after 1 or 2 minutes you're asked to stop because
1 minute. Wow.
yeah, because that's the golden we just call it a golden minute. So after 1-2 minutes we stop, because after that, regardless of
How many
what,
times you do it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter because the heart has given up. It has given out. It has no more strength
But
to
what
pump.
about people? I mean, we
Shocking,
watch.
yeah,
we-
okay.
What about shocking? Yeah.
See, in a CPR,
When does that work?
that works. See, that's a common misconception. When people's crashing, they just take shock the
They don't do that.
Grey's Anatomy.
yeah, they just shock the
Grey's
person down.
Anatomy. Yeah.
Autonomy, what is it called?
Anatomy.
Anatomy. Right?
Yes.
Now put that.
What the heck?
So
What's that?
Autonomy.
I don't know that show, man. The
Not
show is
autonomy.
stupid.
Also. Autonomy.
Anatomy. Yeah. What are you
Yes,
doing
we
with that
got
word?
him.
Who's going to make the reel?
You only.
Who's
You
going to
better
remember
make it.
this?
Ah, yeah, okay, that was
It really doesn't matter.
okay. Okay, so they don't actually.
Do that for CPR? No.
They don't use the paddles.
No,
They don't use
no,
the
no,
paddles.
no, no.
Oh.
That is, paddles are usually it's best to think of them as a reset button. So when you're going through
Oh, arrhythmia.
yes.
Ah.
So when you're having arrhythmia, so when your heart is even you're having
Irregular
a stroke,
heartbeat.
Yeah, when you're having a stroke, your heartbeat changes. When you're having heart condition, your heartbeat changes, and you need to reset the whole rhythm.
Then they shock you.
Then you shock, because the electrical.
Thank you for clarifying
yeah,
that. I
so-
had always under the misconception that if a person is like dead, they
No,
resuscitate.
no, no.
They don't.
They can't.
They don't.
They can't.
Also, do not resuscitate basically means don't do CPR.
Yes.
It does not mean don't use.
DNR means don't touch. Simple to remember, don't touch.
Don't touch.
You are required.
Let me
you
die.
are required to let the patient die in front of you.
So do
They
they?
sign a waiver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they
do they
sign-
have that in India?
Yes, they have
They have
anywhere.
DNR?
Yes, there are criteria for it. If you have a terminal condition which has been said that you can't, which can't be
Recover.
cured, you can't recover from, and if you have that condition for more than 6 months, you are eligible to apply for a DNR.
Oh.
So it's like that. It's not like just anyone can go and write, do not.
And then the person commits suicide.
Yeah. And it's not like you get something written on your chest, on your hand, or something to say do not so to say do not resuscitate.
Okay.
It's not like that. There is a proper documentation involved. There is a
Okay.
proper process involved. You have to wear a medical bracelet. There's a medical necklace.
Okay.
There are different indications. for that.
Indications. So
Yeah.
at that heat of the moment, people.
Might miss it.
So they might not have time to look at your file. They look
Yeah,
at
because-
what you're wearing.
If a person comes from an accident and is that you don't always check a bracelet. Like a bracelet can be just something decorative the person's wearing. So it can just be. It could have been a DNR. So it's very important to check.
So
those.
let's say he does have it, and it's God forbid, some accident happens, and he just shows up, and you guys go. It's like do or die or whatever,
Mm.
and you guys do it.
Mm.
What does happen after that?
They'll get
Lawsuits.
sacked. They'll get sacked.
Really?
Lawsuits after lawsuits.
The hospital will face. No?
What if they do pass away after? Even if you tried, and they pass away, then
See
They
that.
still have a chance for a lawsuit because we
what
did
will-
resuscitate.
No, I think a lot of the procedures you do are recorded, right?
Yeah, they're recorded. They are
Everything's
consented. Everything.
See,
So-
it's not one person. So it's not
It's a
like
whole
he
team.
alone acts and does everything, right?
Yeah.
It's like a team, 5-6 people. So there's always someone who's on record.
so yeah, you did CPR for the first time for the cold blue and
Yeah.
cold
So
blue.
he's sleeping today.
Oh, something's up, man.
No, the sugar.
Oh sure.
Sugar. There's no sugar in the Diet Coke.
No, the ginger ale.
Oh, you had a ginger ale. Okay.
Okay. So
నువ్వు తాగితే కూడా నాకే రావాలా షుగర్ హైలో
I didn't drink ginger ale.
యా
Ah.
అదే సో యూ లుకింగ్ యాస్ ఇఫ్ ఐ ఓన్లీ హ్యాడ్ డైట్ కోక్
Yeah.
ఓ జింజర్ ale నువ్వు తాగావా అంట అంటే నువ్వు తాగితే కానీ నేను తాగినట్టు కాదా
sir.
This violent fellow.
సెల్ఫ్ డిఫెన్స్ ఐ విల్ థ్రెటన్ టుడే దిస్ టు ఆదిత్య గోన బి ది డెత్ ఆఫ్ మీ టుడే
Interesting. So, when did you realize that you guys were done? Did someone ask you to stop, or
Yes, we were. I was actually required to stop because it was my first time, so I didn't know.
you were continuing?
Because, yeah, now I know. Like at that point, also I know that after a few minutes you stop. But when you're doing it, your whole concentration is like maintain the rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Maintain the rhythm. Maintain the rhythm. Just go with it. Because at that point you can't be like, okay, these many seconds have passed. Your mind is not in that space.
So I had a question. Say you work in the emergency room long enough, you see enough road accidents, you
Yes.
see the insides of people,
Yes.
etc., etc. How does that change your perception towards
డెత్ ఇన్ జనరల్
no sex?
Sex as in the gender or sex as in
No,
the-
sex
No,
as an intimate
Sex as an intimacy. It does. Does it have an effect? I know it's a very weird question to ask.
No, it actually does make sense.
But I want to see. I'm the reason I'm asking this is because I want to see what effect does it actually have on a person being able to be intimate with another person. Because you're so drained, you see day in and day out, you feel nothing. I can understand that part, but how does it reflect to your personal life? So how do you sectionalize your personal life from that? Because you have to at some point, otherwise
Yes.
you can't
You get so used to it, just
you can't be with
blends
someone,
into
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
See, the thing about it,
and
guys,
I've heard doctors choose doctors for this sole reason
sole reason because it's easier to understand.
because they get what's happening.
Yeah, easier to understand.
Sometimes you
than
can't explain trauma to
a person who was not conscious.
let's say an engineer. You get mad. That guy won't understand. I mean, of course, I have my own trauma because when a transformer blows up and 10 people die, yeah. So that's a
Yeah.
different trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
చాలా క్యాజువల్ గా చాలా థింగ్స్ చెప్పేస్తారు ఇద్దరు కలిసి
ఏం చేస్తాం? మా profession అలాంటిది.
రే నువ్వన్న డాక్టర్ వీడు ఇంజనీర్ అయినా కూడా చెప్పేసాడు
We hear
death.
so many
I know.
stories inside, no? People will be excavating and then they wouldn't have followed procedures or they would have an expired safety form. The basically they'll be excavating, right? So the sand just falls on them and they die. 20
Yeah.
people will die.
Yeah.
And there'll be all laborers from Bangladesh. So unfortunate.
Yeah.
Majority of oil and gas projects, sorry, not oil and gas, I shouldn't generalize. Majority of projects, they all use laborers from India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. I've met a lot of people from different countries.
Okay, going off topic. I'm actually interested
Okay.
in this question.
Yeah, okay.
So how does going through so much glore and
Gore.
gore
It's either glory.
glory
Bro, that is different.
I know.
both go hand in hand. I'm so sorry.
Dude,
I'm
there's
so
something
sorry.
very wrong with you if both of those go hand in hand for you.
That's why I said I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
After them today.
Yeah?
Okay, ginger ale.
You didn't give this disclaimer when I was drinking it.
I'd like to because people.
I thought
watch.
we thought you would.
Huh? What I would.
You
Yeah.
should give
Why
your own
should
disclaimer.
I've been very public that I don't drink.
You should give your
Ah.
own disclaimer. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Why do you
how
have to
do
give a
you?
disclaimer?
Oh, and by the way, let's get to the actual topic. So you're dating someone in Philippines?
Oh no.
Are you sure? Man?
Yes.
Okay,
Are
obviously
you
you're
sure?
sure. Usually when I've noticed this when I ask the person 2-3 times, then they open up.
Oh
First I said, are you sure?
no.
Okay.
Cameras up అప్పుడు చెప్తాడేమో.
Might
Ray,
be. We never know.
నీతో దారా నేను
Yeah.
మాట్లాడుతుందా
Okay, then do you think you would be able to answer the question?
No, no, there is nothing. There's no question to answer because I don't.
No, I'm saying,
Ripedo,
would you be able to
ripedo.
answer? Would you be able to answer the question? In the sense that I said, how does it affect intimacy?
Oh, that one. I thought maybe you were saying okay about whether the camera's rolling about relationship.
No. That's
I'm like, either way the answer's same.
ఫుల్ చేసాడు అయిపోయింది.
ఓకే ఫైన్ నాకేం తెలుసు బ్రో అంత రియాక్ట్ అవుతున్నాడు రిలేషన్షిప్ అనగానే
లేదు రేయ్, నేను నోరు ఇప్పితే నీ పరుగు పోతుంది జాగ్రత్త.
Okay.
నా పరువే పోద్ది నేను నింపుతాను దిక్కు నా ప్రాణం పోద్ది
సర్లే.
సర్లే ఓకే సో it will affect to a certain degree because at one point you get used to seeing bones sticking out of people and you see blood just flowing, and after a while you just have to think of it as how should I put it, you just repairing things, just sort of like being a mechanic or something like that, because
So you consider the patient in front of you as more or less as something you're fixing. That's it, and you try to just compartmentalize that as a separate thing.
for now yes, because I've also given chance to do circumcisions or small surgeries like that, so or assist would be a more better term. So circumcision is a small one, we just do it, so but it's an important one because you just cut someone wrong place, bros, cut for life,
Yeah, I get.
right? So you're handling important stuff there.
Okay,
So-
I didn't want to say this, but yeah, for circumcisions, contact.
No. What are you contacted for that?
I have photo proof and evidence that he can do it.
What do you mean?
He sent me a photo of him
Oh
doing
my
surgery.
god.
Not of the thing, of me doing the thing.
Oh, okay.
Doing the thing. Doing the thing.
That also didn't sound right, dude. Oh my god.
What can I do? I'm trapped with 2 idiots.
But,
Papa,
okay.
Apparently that kid that he did circumcision on didn't know. They just dragged him.
No, that's I think
Yeah.
obviously right.
No, he was
They told
As-
that they're
but,
gonna buy him a toy, put him on the table. I'm like holding.
But the
knife.
parents
holding
usually.
the what?
I'm holding a knife.
Okay.
But the parents usually.
What do you really hold like
I
this?
heard toy.
The
I'm
parents
like, what?
usually give the consent, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything is legally taken care and binding, so it really
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Legal stuff బానే ఉందిలే.
But yeah, so when we are assisting in like proper operations in the operating room, oh dear God, now I just processed that. So, so when we are assisting, we are asked to hold the body apart like through a retractor. So you see everything. You see intestine. You see the liver. You see the fascia. You see everything, covering layers, everything. It is gaudy, but at that point, at least for me, I have never had I am very fortunate that I've never had a moment where I'm like, oh my god, it's flesh, I can't see this. I didn't ever feel like that. I look at that and I'm like, okay, this is something that's there.
Very
So-
decentralized to it.
Yeah.
No, but at least in India, what I've heard was like a lot of people who study, right? They have first year, they see the cadaver and all.
Yeah.
How was your first experience?
Yeah, it was cadavers. We started with
You
cadavers.
were fine?
Everyone started. Yeah, it smelled awful.
Formaldehyde,
Yeah, the whole place
What is a
smelled
cadaver again?
awful.
dead body.
Oh.
Cadaver is a dead body, yeah, which is donated to medical school so that anatomy. Okay, just reminding it for everyone.
Not
out there.
Anthony.
Yeah. So that anatomy can be properly studied.
And he's spelling that out in the mic.
see,
Anatomy.
I think I can turn off on camera and just go downstairs. You guys can continue.
Why?
No, because we're talking about anatomy.
Anatomy.
Anathema, then we can call him.
Anthema. What did you even say? I don't remember the word.
I don't know. If he had said acanthoma, I would have said that's a disease.
Okay, now, so you're done with your MD now,
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
have to work for 1 year there, and then what do you plan to do after that?
Let him into the country, then we can decide what he'll do.
I think they'll obviously take him back.
Yeah, because I.
Anto goppodem kaadu.
No, you said Filipinos love brown skin.
Oh yeah.
That's a different.
So why won't they take him
Especially
back?
Aditya, they love him more.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
the way
Especially
they
this
say
Aditya.
brown-
This
yeah.
Aditya, emphasize.
Oh no, actually they like.
DKNT, if you what?
Guru Venkata Sai Aditya.
Why are you taking my whole name? People get it. So yeah, actually you can go because you clean shave a lot, right? I like
Clean
myself with a
shave?
beard. They
I don't clean
they
shave.
actually like clean shave things.
Oh,
There
clean shave
is-
things.
Clean shaved people.
బాగా experience ఉంది.
People. Okay, people. My God, I
Baga
didn't know.
experience ఉందంట. Okay, so you planning to become an orthopedic surgeon, right?
Yes.
So after this, where are you planning to?
I actually not yet decided. Actually, 2-3 places. Now, before I didn't have the option to do my residency in Philippines. Now they're actually opening up that path. So
Very
that
nice.
is a thing. India has always been an option, regardless of priority. Then it can be UK or Australia. They all have good medical programs, but definitely not US. Costly as hell, and the amount of medical turmoil over there is also a nightmare. But oh yeah, before I forget, just to finish the initial topic or the initial question about the CPR. So after that happened, they asked me to stop, and once the patient, I could feel his heart like beat a bit, beat a bit, beat a bit, then just stop because I've been the one pushing it, right? So and I just felt it.
So your
stop.
hand was still on.
Yeah, my hand was still on him and it stopped. The hardest part is not just about the person dying, it's about the environment around him, it's about his family, his friends, whoever else is in the room, because that was actually a shared room. So
It
don't-
affects them
yeah,
also.
because you don't feel comfortable when a person is wrapped because they're dead and that body is now sent to
The morgue.
morgue, and because they'll always stare at that open space and feel like I could be next, and that happens, and that is a more worrying part. The family comes first after the death because their reaction is always what hurts most.
Yes.
At least in the places I've gone and done CPR and what I've experienced, that's what I felt. Because we read everywhere, people die everywhere, people get hit by a car, people get die from diseases, people they can just be an anatomical defect, so things happen. So
It's just getting boring.
yeah,
Doesn't
fine,
matter.
fine. For me it's not. So yeah, okay, but yeah, I'll let it go.
సరే నువ్వు పెద్ద ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇచ్చు.
Okay. So we know that people keep dying. It's not a happy thought, but it's a reality. The thing what we have to focus at that point is, or what affects us the most is how because a dead body can't express emotions, right? We react to what we receive. So the whatever reaction that we give or how we are feeling depends on what we're getting back, and that's from the family because they're the ones who are going to cry, feel, fall
So that
down,
energy
faint.
passes on to you.
Yes, so all that energy passes on, all that sadness passes on, because deep down, whether people would like to admit or not, they would feel like I've let them down. I could have maybe I should have done better, maybe I could have done better. The maybe start pouring in, the could be start just appearing, and it just gets a lot harder when your own mind starts hurting you.
No, the reason I ask this question is a lot of doctors just get blamed so easily,
Yes,
and I'm not siding with the doctor nor the patient, but I don't think it's justified in any way.
I think either that is the there is glory to it, and also When things
That's what I'm saying.
work,
So there's
the things
it's
work. When things work, they're
when a
worshipped,
person
and
is
when
see that's
things
what I'm trying
don't
to
work,
say.
they're blamed.
See, if a person see that's the reason I was asking him a certain question, saying that isn't the procedure recorded? Isn't the whole system? See, even when they go into an operation, right? This is what I know.
Yeah,
I'm no doctor, but I
Yeah.
just want to reiterate what I know. They have if it's a certain operation, they have a certain procedure they follow, and this is like a rule of thumb for them.
Yeah.
So the reason they have that in place is so the doctor doesn't muck up, because the consequence of the patient dying they have to face irrespective, and even if a patient dies for whatever reason, they just even the hospital just doesn't let it go, right? They also look into it and see what happened, what went wrong. Was it just the patient being in a very bad state, that his BP dropped or whatever his condition was,
Or was it negligence?
or was it negligence? So, without even doing any of that, when somebody points a finger at a doctor saying that, "Arey, you are the reason," that is wrong. That is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, there's so much systems in place when they're constantly checking the doctors.
Absolutely.
Imagine the doctors are already pressurized when they're going into the theater because they're handling a life. On top of that, they have fear that people will beat them.
But that is actually happening.
It is happening. That is the reason I'm talking about it. That
Yeah.
is why I was asking.
Yeah. See.
So it's very unfortunate. See, I'm not saying there are few
Pratidi
shitty.
correct kaadu, pratidi tappu kaadu.
Yes.
We're generalizing
Yeah,
it. Yes.
I'm not generalizing it. There are certain bad incidents where, yes, probably those doctors are not, how do I put it, qualified to do certain procedures, and they have done it for, how do I put it, whatever reasons. Maybe it was an emergency or what, and it happens.
Yeah.
See, that is why they also get a signature from
Yeah.
the patient's family or the next of kin,
Yeah.
and it's clearly mentioned in every single form.
Yeah.
It is mentioned that these are the risks, and uh, if something
But
happens,
yeah,
we do
I'm
not want
very
to be held
happy I
responsible.
got to talk to you about death as also being a doctor, because for me, I've seen you grow up in third grade,
Yeah.
and talking about how you perceive death now and and go through it or understand it or be decentralized to it is really
I think
interesting.
Wimming is a very gloomy episode, but death.
I think, yeah. But it was lovely to have you and get a good perspective about a new doctor or being a new doctor or
Yeah.
just the transition to it,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
which absolutely loved. I hope to have you soon on the podcast again. Obviously, we'll wrap it up. We've done an hour.
Sure.
So we'll do that. I hope to see you again. And next time we'll talk
Sure.
about
Happy to be
something-
here.
We'll talk about the happy stuff.
We'll talk about happy stuff, yes.
What
So
doctors
happy to be here.
What doctors do for happiness,
Oh wow. Huh?
especially in the Philippines.
See, he seems more excited than I am,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know what's happening on him.
See, I haven't gone there and I do not know what's going on, so I can only imagine what you are going through.
What are you imagining is the question.
Okay, it's been a good episode. Bye bye.